Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us just outside of Bangkok. We're in the Nonthaburi district of the city. It's a separate municipality that's across the river. And anyway, what we're over here to take a look at today is probably the best temple in the area as far as like historic and like the mural paintings and stuff go. We're over here at Wat Prasat, which means the temple, like the castle temple. I think Prasat means like castle. So anyway, I've been over here before several times. Last one I made a video of was like 3.5 years ago of this temple. And I've been back over a couple times. They've actually been restoring the old ordination hall, and it looks like they're mostly done with it. So I think they were trying to conserve the mural paintings that are inside of the hall, and they also redid the outside. So let's walk through here and let's see what we see today. So we came off the main road over there, and you can see we got some serious rain earlier today. There's a big, huge hall over there that has like places for donations and stuff. But the main attraction to me is this hall right here. And you can see how it's been restored. Looks like they did the gate here also. And they need to do the crystal wall or the perimeter wall here yet. So there's still a little bit to do, but they're mostly, I'd say 90% done with the hall. They still have a little bit to do up there putting those like mythical birds and stuff like that. But what an absolute beautiful building this is. So over there's the bell tower and everything. And then this here. You can see they got the mythical birds up there on that side, but they haven't put them on this end yet. And you can see how freshly painted it is. And they still have a little bit of the scaffolding and stuff here. Yeah, this is a really, really nice temple. Now, it was built, I believe, under the reign of King Prasat Thong from the Ayutthaya era. They were digging a canal across the way over here, and they needed a place to position some troops to defend against the Burmese, which was a common thing back in the Ayutthaya era. So anyway, this was a temple that was built near where they had the troops stationed. Now it's telling you here, do not touch the walls and do all of that stuff. No food, no drink, take off your shoes. But wow, this is really, really nice. I like how they restored the front here. So you can see the Garuda and like a Vishnu up on the shoulder of the Garuda and all the other little Buddha imagery. Now there's supposed to be 10 of the previous lives of the Buddha that's painted on the walls here. I'll put the best description I can down below so you can read a little bit more about it. And then you can see how it's bowed in the middle. And you can see how the tiles are up high. It actually has been built up over the years. This temple was built over 400 years ago. So there's been a lot more sediment come. But they've redone all of the styling here, all this plaster. Yeah, so they've come back in and redid all the fine little detail work here. Looks like they still have a little bit more to do yet. They'll put the... Okay, so let's go in here. Looks like they're still putting the carpet and stuff down in here. And we can see how this looks in here. Oh, this is a really nice hall. So they've painted all the cross members and stuff like that. Put the new gold up there. But you can still see all of the murals. And they are so faded. But oh, they're really, really cool. I really like seeing these temple murals. Okay, so we see all the little disciples. So they're telling you not to put flowers here. And then the main image in the back there. So there's no windows on the side walls. There's like a little tiny window up there that's closed. So it gets a little stuffy in here. Then there's just the 3 doors on this one end. And then they have some inscriptions talking about when this was built, it looks like right there. So we can see the mural paintings here. So this is a registered historic landmark. They put it in the Royal Gazette in like 1974. And it's probably the best murals of the Ayutthaya era in Nonthaburi. And then there would have been murals all over there, but they're gone off this part of the wall and behind the Buddha also. Where you can see here the imagery. Now there would have been some jagged lines across there that would have separated these panels, but they're really, really faint. You can make out a little bit of the figures there, some of the buildings. And then they would have separated them also with these, like the angels right here. But we can't see right here. So there's one of the little lines that would have separated the panels. You can see one of the buildings here. And this looks like an elephant and a few other things. Oh, really, really cool. So these, they fade off so bad just because like the humidity, it's a killer. Plus, like you see how low it is right here. The lower part of the wall, that groundwater comes up and it just destroys the plaster and the paint falls off. So hopefully they've photoed these and they've cataloged it so when they're completely gone, they can come back in and replace them. Yeah, so you can see the faint outlines of some of the people. And you can see the roof. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I like this. Yeah, if you know my videos, the temple murals are my favorite thing to see from the Ayutthaya era. You can see the elephant with like the malud up on top. And you got guys carrying like spears or something, another war elephant in front of it. Really, really cool. Okay, so that's the inside of this building. And when I did the restoration, this is what they restored on the bottom here. You can see this is new plaster. And they're putting carpeting down now, but the locals are coming over here to pray because it's a nice part of the community. Yeah, so you can see how it is for the Thais. They come over, they take pictures too. Yeah, this is a beautiful temple. So it has the redented corners on those columns on the porch. And you see the lotus flower at the top. The lotus flowers at the top of those columns. And then the Buddha stones out here. And you can see the clear bowing of the middle. So this building was actually added in the late Ayutthaya. So it wasn't built here, or it might have been built on top of another building, but this temple was built before it. Probably middle Ayutthaya era is what you would classify it, the reign of King Prasat Thong. Okay, let's look over here at these shrines, and then we'll go back and look at the little library. Yeah, this is kind of cool though. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you can see the Buddha image with the eye right there in the doorway. So the center doorway, it has the 3 doors. So the center door, when it was constructed, that would have been the entrance for the royal family, the royals, the king, everybody else to go in. Yeah, you can see over there how they're restoring the wall. They've done the gates and then they'll do the wall next. And they restored the little chetties here. They're so white now. They'll get that black mold on them after a little bit here. And then we got all the shrines and stuff here. So this is where the Thais will come over and they will pray, make the donations to the temple. They buy the rice and the robes and everything like that. It's a huge area underneath this Quonset hut. And then these are what they'll put up on the ends. So you can see how the Thais have stuck the gold leaf on them. These are those little mythical birds. And they will eventually go up on the front of that hall. All right, so let's walk back over here. So they say that is the Mahayana Buddhist style of building with just the doors on the one side without any other openings. Okay, so they are building a new hall back over here, and then they have these wooden buildings back over here that we'll take a look at now. Yeah, so you can see they're slowly building this. They were building this 3.5 years ago when I was here, so they haven't gotten a whole lot more done. They just build it as they get money from donations from people. So however much money they get kind of determines how fast they build stuff like this. And back over here, these are the kutis, or the monk quarters. And then here's the canal that was built by King Prasat Thong for the reason for them building this temple. So it looks like we got a funeral going on right here. We won't go up in there, but we'll go over to these halls back over here on the other side. So this is the crematorium. here, and then we got the bell tower. Okay, so this is the building I wanted to take a look at. This is what they call the floating building here. This is an old library, and they put it up on stilts, and they have the pond around it to keep the insects, mainly the termites, from eating everything. But it looks like it's locked up. But you can see how they painted the doors and the windows, shutters, and everything. And they got a little boat in there. Not that you can really go far, but yeah, what a beautiful little building. I like the wood, and it's really well maintained also. You can see the little pond with the naga and stuff like that. And since this is an active temple, you know, you got all the monk quarters all around. You can see them doing all their stuff. And all the buildings are raised up on stilts for the flooding and for insects. When it's up on the stilts, the insects just go right underneath. They don't go into the building. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this Wat Prasat. This is a fantastic temple. If you like the old historic temples with the murals and all of that, then you definitely want to come over here and take a look at it. Like I said at the start, this is probably the best temple for that here in Nonthaburi. There's a couple other temples in Bangkok in a greater area that are worth taking a look at. You can look at the oldest temple, and then there's another one down in the Klong Toi area. That's, I think, the oldest in Bangkok with the murals, and I've been to all of them. They're really quite cool to see. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you get to see more stuff like this. And if you've been here, if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. I'll write up the best description so you can read a little bit more about it. And I'll pin a comment to one of the other temples with some of the temple murals if you want to see more of that. I really enjoy that, so if you do, then you definitely can check out that video as well. And until next time, from over here at Wat Prasat in Nonthaburi, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.